surprise you. It may be a weird bug that lands on your window, you know, or a bird that nests in the corner of a building, or maybe just watching something fly by. But nature's all around. We can find it. And it could be trees, grass, wind, snow, anything.
Would you say that Mother Nature is in pain because of the human activity?
That's one way to put it. You can use any number of metaphors to conceptualize it however feels appropriate to you. But yeah, we are injuring in our planet, but you also got to understand there's a lot of life on this planet. Many forms of life we don't even know about. They're too small to see. And all life has feelings in some way or another. Not exactly the way we do, but still does.
How important is forgiveness for human beings to be able to get past certain trauma that happened in their lives?
It's crucial. Without forgiveness, you cling to your pain. And it becomes something that follows you everywhere. And it permeates every cell of your body, and in time even changes your DNA. You can't move on if you can't let go. You can't let go if you can't forgive.
How do we forgive, Martin? What's the process?
Love. Ultimately, love is the answer for everything. Learn to love that which you do not love. That is not easy to do. That is the whole journey of life for most of us. But when you can reach a place where you can love that which makes you want to pull your hair out and scream and possibly even be violent, you'll find that you have gone far on the path toward spiritual oneness. And that sounds all etheric and everything, but ultimately that's the answer. Learn to love. And we learn to love by understanding. Understanding is the pathway through to love. We fear what we don't understand. If there's something you don't feel comfortable with, something you fear, something you're angry with, learn to understand it, and then you'll find that your perceptions change. For instance, if you're afraid of insects, study them, get to know them, look at them on a magnified level, notice their mouth parts, how they live, how they go through their lives, what they do. It stops being scary and it starts being fascinating. But that which you understand, you don't fear.
Many people in the world, Martin, tend to view love from a biblical or the Quranic standpoint. Agape love is the highest form, they say, of unconditional, divine, perfect love of God that we cannot fully comprehend, that holds all things together in our universe. Would you say that's an accurate description of love?
That's pretty good. Unconditional love is agape love. And it is the highest form of love. It is the highest form of anything. Most people's concept of love is very, very limited based on what they can understand and what they've experienced and what they know. The whole journey of life is learning more, learning to expand yourself, to experience more, to feel more, to understand more. And that ultimately leads toward agape love, unconditional love.
And how do we practice that love, agape love?
There's only one way, and you said it in your question. Practice. Practice it. When you find yourself experiencing anything, ask yourself, what would love do? When you're making a decision or a choice or faced with something and dealing with another person, ask yourself, what would love do? You might find yourself going, well, if I was love, I might say this different. I might handle it different. I might recognize that this person's being aggressive with me because this person's afraid. If I address the fears, then everything changes. It's amazing how fast that can happen. So seek to understand and seek to practice love. And you got to know, though, that like when you're practicing and learning any skill, you're going to fail a lot. You're going to go, dope. All right, next time I'll do it better. I'll try again. Just keep trying.
So we're back at proverbial love your neighbor parable.
That's a perfect parable. Well, it's not a parable.
Commandment.
It wasn't really commandment. It was more of an admonition.
Admonition.
Suggestion, like, here's the answer. When he said that, it was an answer to a question. It's like, how do I get there? There you go. Love your neighbor. Ultimately, this is where it leads. And this seems very simplistic and naive to a lot of people. But let me give an example. It's like if you ask children, how do we stop the war? The children will usually say, well, that's easy. Let's just put down our guns and shake hands and we'll be friends. And all the adults go, oh, isn't that really cute? How naive, but that's quaint and cute. But in the end, when the war stops, that's what happens. It's just a matter that the adults need an excuse before they can allow themselves to do it.
Isn't it one of the reasons why Jesus said, do not forbid them to come to me, because for such is the kingdom of heaven?
Yeah, children have a purity. They're closer to the source. As they get older, they start taking on the stuff that we taught them, which usually isn't that good. Jesus was very perceptive.
Yeah, we almost have a way of negatively programming the children.
Not almost.
We do.
You want to watch you want to know what we're teaching your children? Watch them play. Watch what they're playing. Dad will show you what we're teaching them.
Martin, what would be an ideal situation, ideal society, where if we had a way of, let's say, an eco-village or eco-community where we could raise our children properly in the with the principles of agape love, what kind of society would we have then?
I think if we would teach our children from an early age about life, about living, about how to work with their bodies and their minds to become healthy, strong people, how to heal themselves, how to eat well, how to be psychologically balanced and strong, how to recognize their own fears, how to recognize their strengths, how to share love, how to deal with their problems. These things we would teach first. The other things will come as it goes. But a balanced, healthy human being does better in society, no matter what kind of society that is, whether it's an urban society, a rural society, a technologically advanced society, a nature-based society, it doesn't matter. And many cultures throughout history did focus on that more than we do. We tend to train our children to be workers. Well, you can see where that's led us.
The Bible says that God's ways are not our ways. God works in mysterious ways. Many things that happen in the world and to us, we cannot fully comprehend. And one of the things that we see today, homelessness. And the Bible says that by entertaining strangers, sometimes unwittingly, we have entertained angels. It's a form of a test of our kindness, of our agape love. Do you believe in that the homeless people sometimes we're being tested? Not so much that it's a social problem, but it's a test from above.
A test from above, or us testing ourselves, your own higher self testing you. Who can say? In general, I would say